Hi guys. I'm not sure if you can see that. It looks dark on my end. What do you think? I'm going to turn on my computer, which I've had a little bit of problems with. Hi Tracy. Is it dark? Can you see these brushes? Hi Francis. Hi Sharon. I have a really slow computer here that I have to work with, so I'm just going to set this up if you want to share this anywhere while I fine tune it. Okay, so it's not real dark. That's good. Sharon, you're so... Is that better? Okay, I have to look at this computer for comments, but it's not cooperating with me. I'll try my big one over here. We need elevator music, don't we? Who can sing, right? Anybody singing? You can't stay, Sharon? Oh yeah, you should sleep. It's 4 in the morning. Wow. Well, I'm glad you popped in to say hi. You have a good sleep. Hi, Katia. Okay. In the morning, wow. Okay, let's turn this off. Well, if I can't get this going, I have a big computer and I'll just have to step away and answer comments on it. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. I don't know. This one's been acting up, so. Anyway, we have 2 paintbrushes here. And originally, it's this one. Just a 2-inch basic paintbrush, cost a whole $1. And I got it from our big box hardware store. And I'm not sure if they all have it or not, but that's all we use for these decorative. This one's almost finished. I keep breaking this. This one's finished. This brush here. So I'm not having luck with this. Let's try it one more time. Sorry, guys. I hate to have to take my computer and it's always hundreds of dollars. Hi, Diane, or Dana. Sorry, I'm looking upside down. And Charlene and Bonnie. Trying to get this other computer rolling here. Sorry. So this brush here, I actually painted it with black gesso, and then I used some powder to put on it and then some waxes, so the shiny parts waxes. And when I do it is I usually go with the black gesso, then I start putting stuff on. You can tell that I'm not taking care of my brush. This one's falling apart too. So you just glue stuff on and you dry it, and then you put your medium on, and you can use anything on these brushes. They're really fun and really cool gifts if you want to give your mother a really cool Mother's Day gift. Hey, I got on here. Let's find 7 kids now. Hopefully it'll get me over there so I can read your comments. So you can give them a gift like they are, or you can go ahead and mount them on a project, which we're going to do next Monday. So, where am I? Here we go. Tracy, nice to see you. I'm all right. I got comments coming in. Thanks for the patience. So I wanted to show you these because this one here I'm not done with, and you can kind of see I just did 1 coat of white gesso on here, and I put 1 Wysinenka chipboard and then flowers. That's all I put on here. And so for, I think probably 6 months, I've had this brush just like this, not knowing what to do. Well, I got this thing in my head on a kind of a like canvas with paper, and that I kind of want to do a collage, and the colors of my paper that I want to use happen to match this plate of color. So I'm like, well, I need to jazz this up. So what I'm going to do is kind of make it look like it's dipped in crystals. Okay, guys. They're all right. Sorry, I should probably turn the volume off this one too. Okay, so that's my idea. This is going to be next week's project with the paper. And then this one's already done. This is just a different version with the black gesso. So we're going to make these brushes today. So, Tracy, get your brush. I know you have one. First thing we're going to do, I can use either the really, really runny gesso or the heavy gesso, whichever you want. And I kind of like the heavy. I got my dryer here. So I'm going to do that. But we're going to work with this new Prima product called Northern Lights. It's from Finnabair. It's Texture Fantasy. And I've been wanting to play with these. I have not. These are mine. I do have another set in the store. And it's really cool. It's just 3 paints. Some has texture. One is a good highlighter. And there's a couple of different ways you can use this. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to work with this tonight. And I brought out some Wysinenka chipboard for us to decide. This is my own personal stash. I have stashes. Shouldn't own a store. Oh my gosh, I think I have a store upstairs. But that's the perks, right, guys? So here we go. Hi, Erin. Nice to see you here tonight. First of all, let's get some gesso on this. Move this out. And I got to get my paper towels. I never craft without them. They're right here. That would be so silly to craft without paper towels, especially with gesso. You know, I might as well lay one down. Less mess for me to clean up, right? It's going to be easy. And you can choose to do all the bristles or a little bit of the bristles or change the color. And this has never been opened. Okay, let's open this up. I like heavy gesso the best. But this is from our kit. I ran out of something, so I decided to dismantle one kit so I could get into this. All right. Usually I say put it on your napkin, but you know me, I'm heavy-handed anyway. And I am just going to spread this all over. And you can cover that hole if you want. You don't have to. You can use it to hang it up with. You can use it for ribbons. You can put rings through it. Whatever you have in your house, whatever you want to decorate this with. And I kind of like to do the sides because you just never know where this is going to go. So if you just poke that hole through, grab that gesso from the other side, just kind of get the sides. You don't have to worry about being neat with any of this. That's why I wear my crafty shirt, the one I have on, because that's the shirt I can make a mess out of, and it's no big deal. That's why I never wear anything nice when I'm doing a live, because, oh my goodness, I'm having a brawl with all this, and then pretty soon one of my shirts is ruined. You know how that goes. So I just kind of go like this. Might want to go on this side, poke that out a little bit. Not a real big deal. I don't know. This one, I just thought I'd show you how to do it. But it makes beautiful, beautiful gifts for Mother's Day or birthdays or whatever you want. It's almost your bedtime. Oh. Yeah, it's hard. I try to get here faster, but it doesn't always work. Actually, I'm thinking about changing the night to Tuesday because Mondays are horrendous sometimes. Like today, I got all the orders in the mail today. So that has, you know, an impact with me working all day. So thinking about changing to Tuesdays. I don't know, girls. What do you think? You know, should I go to Tuesdays or does Mondays work better for you? I'm rinsing my brush out right now. Okay. So I'm going to dry this quick so we can move on with gluing stuff down. It dries, gesso dries really quick, I think. It's not a big deal. Especially on the paintbrush, you can already see how much it's drying. Try to get the stickiness off of it. You got your gesso on your phone screen? Oh, that's funny, but not really. I hope you can get it off. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yep, that happens. I have little dots all over my phone screen. I was splatter painting some white on something yesterday and now I have little dots everywhere. Okay. Tuesday's good for you, Erin? That's cool. Either's fine. Yeah, it's just hard to know what to do, and it seems like Mondays are like first day of the week, everything happens on the same day. But, you know, I want to make it accommodating for you guys. All right, so I can glue some wings. This is your main part you're going to decorate here. So I want to start with the main. And I can do some wings, kind of like a dragonfly, kind of like a bug. Or Christmas ornaments, you know, you can make this into Christmas. But however, a lot of this gets covered up. So you can do a ring and a ring and a ring, you know, if you want to do a 3-ring stacking. Or I thought I'd grab this, and I thought the butterfly would be really cool. And the wings, or the angel wings that you see on this one, that's what those are. I could do that again because that always looks good. Then I brought, you know, little trinkets. But these are really pretty too, because you can cut this in half or you can just put it straight across. There's so much you can do with this. That's what I like about it. I know. I love, you like the first wings? Yep, spray inks will do that. I know the butterfly looks like this. Okay, Bonnie likes the first wings, like those. Let's see what this looks like. I know this is, I have not ordered from Weiseneck in forever. They used to sell like right off the shelf and now they're not. So I'm thinking we need to change up a little bit with our wood pieces. Hi, Sheila. Welcome. Okay, I'll take the butterfly off. Here we have some really cool looking wings. So I would have to place those. I'd like to really double them. Kinda, I would probably layer them like this somehow. That's kind of cool. What do you think? Should I stick with the more complicated, hoping they glue down, or the really easy? Let's see. You love that, Bonnie? I do too. Let's see if I can get him to glue down. We'll give it a shot. Glossy accents. That's my glue. And I could do that though. I could use this, but just thinking, probably want to get my gel out. Let me grab my gel. This is 3D gloss, and I'm going to do this gel on here because I think it'll give these wings more stability. So I probably didn't, yeah, this is one I did open. Okay, so here's some gel. I'm just going to spread this out, and I don't want to spread it thin. I want to make sure there's enough for it to hold on those wings. Like, just make it kind of thick. And in the kit, it's the 3D gloss gel. This is transparent, so which is nice for painting with. All right, let's start with the bigger ones. See, that's why I like the gloss gel sometimes when I'm working. I might have to put it, whoops, and then look at me, just throw that paintbrush on it and wreck it. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit on the top so it'll hold the other set of wings as well. Okay. Making sure. Okay, now these are all adjustable. Yeah, my fingers are sticky. All right, so I like that. There it is. Kind of looks like a bow, doesn't it? Now I'm just going to tell you, because how delicate these are going to be harder to paint. So, you know, when you're first doing this, sometimes these things can get a little tricky. So, no big deal. We just have to go slow. You guys like it? That's good. I'm glad. All right, so I need some stuff going on all the way up. So we might as well start gluing, and I brought out some trinkets that I thought might look good. You know, a flower. This is cute too. And then you could put the butterfly in the middle, or you could do the big flower, a tree. So that's the thing. No, the tree's probably too small. Doesn't give it enough flair. I know, I love this key. I have not used this key yet. I would never paint over that key. You know, you could go like that. But I kind of am leaning either the big flower to start with, or going like this. Hi, Melissa. This is the only key I had left. I'm a key fanatic. I love keys. So this, I need to find some more and refill my bucket of keys, because this is it. So I do like keys. I think they're beautiful. I am going for this, and the reason is because there's a lot of really cool texture that kind of matches the texture in the wings. So I'm sort of leaning towards this right now. Let's see. I could put that up ahead. Build that up. Okay, well, let's start with this one. I'm going to put a little gloss in there to hold that on. Okay. And I love butterflies too. Really, really like them. This one you can't manipulate it, so it's just going to sit there. So, I mean, I could work more with, well, obviously I'm going to. I love that. But Just kind of thinking if there's like something I could do right there with the wood real quick that I brought down. Maybe I'll take this, just add a little piece of it, cut it, this border. Let me get one out here. Oh, I think there's two, no? One. See, maybe just a little bit. It's not gonna match perfectly, I think, there at all. I can probably cut right there and make that match though. Just kind of, I want to try and make it look pretty, but it's hard, you know. But we'll cut it, cut off some spots here. That's one end. And then we'll cut, we'll see that's the pretty end. See what happens? Then I'm like, oh, but I like that. It's so pretty right there. Yeah. Oh, I know what I could do though. Let's see if I do. How far would that go? Okay, we're gonna chop this up. And this one. I could put these two together. And you know, I'll put stuff on top of it, so it doesn't matter if it's uneven. But I like these little swirls on the outside. I think they're really pretty. Okay. This chipboard I'm using is Wysinenka, the one that I carry in the store. And it is from Poland. They're very delicate and they're beautiful. Scrap and Neek is another version of these. They have their own stuff. And the other day when I was doing my page on Saturday, I was using Scrap FX chipboard, which I have a little bit in the store of that as well. Okay, that looks better. So let's find something to put there. Probably you need something a little small right there. Or I can go, should I go up? I can do the heart, or I can do this one. There's so many options when you're building this up. I think I'll do this. Whoops, my fingers are sticky. Okay. Hopefully I'm getting this straight. It's going to come right through the keyhole. I could turn this a little bit. I just want to make it all fit. Digging it out a little. Okay. So this is still moving around. That's what I like about the gel, because it has, you know, it moves. It's still wet, which is not good when you're live actually, because trying to get this to dry so we can color it is a whole nother thing. So stay on there. Sometimes it's stubborn and sometimes it has to dry quite a while. Okay, we got the keyhole. I like the wings, but I kind of want to put some keyholes up. I'm not sure if I should do the glass X up here though. Sometimes when it gets up here, I try to use this glassy accents. And it can be shiny because we're going to cover this entire thing. So I'm just going to take some of that glue away from it. Okay. So I'm into keyholes, keys. I love all of it. We'll do this one here. This one's kind of arched, and that's always a issue too when you're doing projects, is you don't know what's going to hold it. But that's why I work with glossy accents and the gels together. They work really good that way. I don't know, is that too much? If I put the wings on? So I have this really, whoops, don't take that off, right? I have this really pretty one though, but I was thinking about putting the pretty one up there. You know, just kind of different flight of wings. But then I didn't bring anything for the middle of that either. Not sure about this, but this may work. Yeah, that'll work. I'm covering this one up though. That happens. Sorry about the dog. No one's watching her. I bet you my husband's putting away food up there because he came home late from work. And she probably is asking for that food. I'll line this with glossy accents. Okay, let's see if I can get this to stay on. That's pretty good. All right, so this can stay bare because I really want this to be up there, and that's okay because what we're going to use, it has a lot of texture. So I'll just get this glued down. Put the keyhole like that. You know, I liked having stuff a little crooked. So I've just built this. Now my big goal is to hope I can get this dry. Now, if I wasn't using these, then I definitely would put like little pebbles in there or something just to get some action or build this up even more. But this has texture, so I'm not too worried about it. So I will definitely dry this now as best as I can so we can get it working. I know it's hard to dry, you know, when it's all on top of each other, but I'll do the best I can to get this dry, at least so we can work with it. This might be a bigger problem right here because it's layers, more layers of the gloss gel, but it does glue it down really nice. I think this will be really pretty when it's done. Do you hear it crackle? And it's drying all right. Snap, crackle, pop. Yeah, the puppy's, she's not hungry. She just knows that it's food. She's so funny. She's always barking. Like when we eat, we have to put her in the bedroom because she just gets so obnoxious with her barking. Glossy accents usually takes a little bit to dry as well. And a lot of times when I'm doing this, I have popped these off before. So it can happen, but no big deal. I'm working on a frame and I put it away for a while because she's coming in July. Her nephew's having their first baby, so she's coming to visit. Oh, look at that. And then it goes back down. That would be your glossy accents. See? So much fun playing around with this. Look at it keeping out there. Woo! Look at that. All right, you're not gonna go back down? Well, we'll get rid of ya. See, it's still moving around. See that? There's a lot of wet stuff in there yet. Lots of wet. Come on, dryer, stay put. It doesn't want to stay put. So, you know, when you're drying, and it's okay if there's a little bit in there, because we're going to be covering a lot of this up. Only I will know and you guys will know. Those are those things that you think, oh my gosh, this is terrible, but it's not. And if you want to, I'm not going to use this scissors, but if you had like a toothpick or something, you definitely could do that. Use a toothpick to pick that off with. Let's hope this stuff like dries before we all have to go to bed, right? You can use any kind of glue, just make sure it's very durable, because you want this to stay on. You know, a lot of this is glossy accents, and then the gel gloss is in there. This is all glossy accents on this. This is because it's just so plain. It's really plain, but it's not. It's really cool. So you can decorate your brush however you want. Use whatever glue you think is best for you. Oh, it's getting stiffer. Yay. It's working. So we're going to do Northern Lights. It's really, really pretty. And Finnabair has come out with like the rust paint and the patina, and I've done all that. Same kind of thing. Let's let this cool off. And it's kind of like you just do it in layers of color. And I'll take these out and show you. Move these out of the way, make some room. Because we're going to want to cover this in gesso again. And we're going to use white because we want these covered so that this goes on better. So you have 3 components. And this one here has texture. This is paint, this has texture, and this has texture. But this one is your highlighter. So it highlights the tops. Instead of using wax, this is what we're going to paint on the top to highlight everything with. Now, if you just want to use acrylic paint, you can use wax. However, you're not going to be able to use wax real well on these wings because they're so delicate. But some people will take this and use it as their background and mix this in with like squirting water, and it's beautiful as well. So for tonight, we're just going to use it the traditional way. And one has texture, one does not, and highlight. So it's pretty stiff there. Not perfect, but it's stiff enough. I'll give it a shot. So I'm gonna get my nice soft brush for gesso out of the water. And I want to use the lighter liquid gesso. And I know that Prima makes that too, but I don't have any. I just have this one. It's pretty runny. It's in Michael's has it. So, and the reason I want to keep it light is because I don't want to add any more bulk. Just kind of need to get these covered so that the paint adheres to it, changes it. So that's why we use gesso. And one nice thing about gesso is it does dry really quickly. You know, so I want to keep my keyholes open, so I just dig down in there a little bit. So all I'm doing is painting this on, trying to cover everything. And you can, you know, use any kind of paint on these so far. Just I gotta experiment. I mean, you're working with chipboard and metals. They're pretty easy. When you put gesso on, they're real easy to work with. Some metals don't even require gesso. And you could try alcohol inks with this as well, especially on the metals. That'd be really, really, really pretty. You can mix it up and do some acrylic. Now, with this, sometimes I do the back. This is a hot brush. Sometimes I like to do the backs of these, but not always. You don't always have to do that. I'm just going to leave it. I'm running out of gesso. See how fast it dries though? And it's a very light coat. That's why I use both. And you just kind of dab it in there. Okay. I'll come up here, get underneath these pieces a little bit. Don't want to pop them off. I've done that so many times, but when I'm live, there's not a lot of time to correct my mistakes, so I will try really hard to be careful. But they can always be glued right back on, no problem. And a lot of ladies like to gesso these or paint these even before they put them on. But I'm a fly by the seat of my pants person, and you just don't know. It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I just put them on. So these are very delicate. So I just want to be real careful. Kind of lift and paint. Sprays would go real well with this, but you got to be careful with this. The Weisenenka is beautiful. It's so delicate. It does so well. But it's not good if you don't hang them up or put them somewhere where children can't touch them. But my son likes to show his girls, the girlfriends, like not girlfriends, but his friends that are girls. They like to craft, and he's always showing my stuff, and I'm like, don't touch that. And it's like, how high can I get these, right? So it happens. But, you know, Glossy Accents is a good glue too. Okay, so that looks pretty covered. Pretty covered in white. No, I'm not going to do the backs. You can. I've done the backs before. It just really depends on what you're doing with it. And then sometimes you want to get on the very top though, and when you're coloring as well. So you just kind of got to look at that as an option. You know, do I need my tops and bottoms done? Okay. So if you want to follow along next week, just find a brush that's cheap like this. This is a 2-inch brush. Do one at home. Use any acrylic paint. It doesn't matter. If you have waxes, you can use waxes to shine it up, however you want to bring out some of the detail. If you don't, it's okay. There might be some other things you might have on hand to help bring that out, or different colors you might want to paint. So if you want to, make your brush, and then next week when we do this again, I'm going to coordinate papers with the brush and make a canvas thing with decoupaging papers. I'm rinsing my brush. Okay, this looks pretty dry. Let's start with purple. No, let's start with the blue because this has texture in it. I should close this up. All right. And the reason I want this blue-green is because I need to texturize some of this. Who uses their teeth to open things besides me? Now I have some on my teeth. That happens all the time. Okay. So I have numerous brushes because I really don't know how this is going to go. I'm going to take one out of the water though because it's small. You want bigger, smaller, wispy, different shapes because you just don't know how these are going to work out. So I'll just try this one. I'll show you. You can see the texture, the little grain that they mixed in. It's pretty cool. And these things go a long ways, which is really nice. So now with the paint, that's where you're going to want to kind of go on the sides as well. And I'm just going to be careful because I don't want to paint it all the blue. I want to put some purple in here too. I want to kind of mix it up a bit. You know, just be a little different. So I don't usually use expensive brushes for this kind of stuff either. It's pretty much anything goes with this. It's really easy. And most of them wash right out. Because you kind of get a little rough with them, but that's what I like about it. So you can see the grain. That's pretty cool. There we go. So I just want to make sure I'm covering properly around. I like the texture on here. Just making sure I get it in there because this is our color. Okay, and then let's see, I'm going to do purple wings. This is good. Now see, this will be more tricky because this is a bulky brush. So with this, I think I'm going to change to this really thin little brush because I want to get this, but I don't want to make the butterfly yet. I don't know what color. Maybe I'll use both colors or not, but I just don't want to ruin it quite yet. I just want to see what I feel like doing when I get to that. So you can pick up a thinner brush, real thin, and then you can see how you can get that brush underneath. Pretty good. See it going? You can see it right there, kind of going in a little bit. Or not. This one doesn't want to go in. So just going to go around this a little bit. I love this tealish, greenish blue. It's so pretty. And the purple. This whole thing is really, really, really pretty. That's what I was drawn to it. I'm like, I don't know what it does, but I like it. I like the color. Okay, so let's get that in. And also another really cool thing is, you know, brush your brush. You know, you can have a little fun on the bottom. And then when I do that, I kind of go on the sides. Sometimes on the back because you never know what's going to show up. Depends on your brush, but I love this one because it's so like uneven. It's a mess. It's kind of cool that way. And I will probably want to do this in the green, greenish blue, teal, turquoise. So many different options for words. Then I'm going to do these wings. Okay, I'm not a good left-hander, but I'll try it. Hope I'm teaching you guys something that you can do really easy. This is like easy, easy, easy. Just glue on and paint, you know, because this is a really fast, really cool gift for anybody. Birthdays, just for fun, just for yourself. I mean, we deserve gifts too, right, guys? For sure. Okay, come on. I want to get in that brush more. Okay. So wherever I go here, I just kind of want to go here on the side a little bit. I might as well. It dries really fast. The ones that we started, the side that we started with is already dry. That's what's cool about this stuff. Okay, oops. All right, I'm gonna switch it out. We're gonna do purple. And then I'm gonna leave the blue there, but I need this little brush for the purple. Hopefully I got enough green out of it. Blue-green. Okay, here's the purple. It's got a slight texture also. Ooh, it's really thick. Wow, look at that. That's a lot thicker than that. See, look at it, it's just gonna cover this right up. So when that happens and you don't want it completely covered up, you're gonna, whoops. So I can go back over that. What you're gonna wanna do is be careful not to put too much on, but just kind of dab it around. Just kind of get it on there. And then we're going to do that one purple. You can even use smaller brushes than this, you know, and you can be a lot more careful than I am. But you just kind of paint it in. This is the easy part. When we get to those wings, that's the harder part. So I don't want my middles gone. So I'll be digging that out a little bit. I don't think it wants to dig out. Okay. So I better move this before I dip it. Okay, I'll put my purple over here. It's a lot thicker, but it's so pretty. Oops. Sorry guys, I know I'll be going over this 1,000 times because I'm not careful enough. But it's okay. We're all different in our styles. My friend will have hers done just like perfect and she never has to go back and fix a thing. And I'll be just globbing everything everywhere because that's what I do. And it's just funny, and they all end up the same in the end. But it's fun. We have a lot of fun crafting together. It's nice to be able to do that. Have someone that you can craft with, and that doesn't always happen. Guys, I hope we didn't totally get cut off there. Let me do this side with the purple. Are we still there? Hi, Brenda. You're back home, all nice and cozy. I want to send you all this cold weather and rain. Yeah, now Melissa's laughing because she tried to call us. Yeah, it's really cold here, and we got a little snow today in Sturgis, and then little downtown Rapid this morning had snow. And then they said Wednesday we're gonna get snow, but not a lot. But still, it's snow. I'm waiting for spring. I can't believe this. This is like one of the worst winters out here. Not into snow. I'm ready to go to Florida. I'd rather have hurricanes than snow. Nice and warm. Okay, let's make our purple butterfly. No, thank you. You want me to keep my weather for real? Yeah, it's got to go somewhere. I'm thinking by your house would be best. Wisconsin's not too far. She's my cousin. Brenda is. We haven't actually seen each other in many years, but we see each other on Facebook. South Carolina? Yeah, I've heard that's beautiful too. I've been to North Carolina. Oh yeah, I'd be right by Uncle Vincent, wouldn't I? If I tell you, I'll go there and take care of him, and then you go to Minnesota and take care of my mom. We could trade for a little while. Don't send it to Michigan. You're always wet in Michigan. Oh, I know. I feel for you guys over there. All right, I'm going to attempt the wings. First of all, I should probably finish this, though. Those wings are going to be a problem, and getting underneath here will be a problem. That'll happen too, by the way, but sometimes it doesn't matter. I'm going to paint the brush purple. It's not going to matter too much, but you might see it, you know, and that's just like, well, there's not a lot we can do about it. Or this is how I do it, I should say. Maybe if we take it apart and paint it first, if you knew that's where you wanted the purple, you could do that, or the green. I could try to stick some down in there yet. I don't know. I'll try to get this covered. Sometimes you can cover, sometimes you can't. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. But we got to get it underneath this too. But this purple's a lot thicker. Yeah. Yeah. Or I can leave these wings alone, which maybe I'll do that. Check it out, because I can always repaint over. That's the thing. There's never like you have to be set in stone. See, like I can blend this green. You know, kind of cool. A little purple on the tip. You can blend that together a little bit if you want. All right, so let's see, that's green. I'm gonna wash this and see if, and you can use a finer brush to get in there if you want. And it's probably very likely that that would work, but we'll give it a try. If I can just squish it in. Yeah, I'm getting some of it in. So I just go tip to tip, kind of like tip it in the little tip and a little tip inside the holes. Squish it down. Not going to go perfect, but it's covering. I'll go back, touch up a little bit, and then I goof it up anyway. Okay. All right. We want that to dry before we put our last coat. We're going to use the light blue. Do we want this to dry a little bit? All right. See, I fix one mistake and then I get another. That's how it goes. All right, I'll quit putzing. Mixed media is not supposed to be all perfect, right? Isn't that what we say? It's fun because you don't have to be perfect. All right, my idea is to do these wings in the blue. However, if it doesn't look right, in the end, I'll paint them. Wings are always soft. This has a little texture in it. It also looks pretty thick. That blue. Okay, so let's go here. It's pretty thick. This is our highlight color. I'll lift this up a little bit. So what's interesting is to try to get it in between without wrecking anything. It's not impossible, except I just grabbed that purple right there. That's okay. It might be kind of fun maybe to put the green and the purples in these wings as well. That's why I'm like, oh, I'll just do this first and see what we want later. I'll turn this. You can see as it dries that it looks like stone kind of, you know, with a rough texture, which is cool. It's a fun texture. So like later on, I would probably go in there with a toothpick and grab that stuff with the blue. I can't do it now because it's totally, I know it's not gonna work. So that's just something that I would do after it dries, and I don't have one with me, but I do that a lot. I'll toothpick it to get it to color, so it's not completely blank. Q-tips work really good for art like this too. It helps take it off and it helps clean out areas. So toothpicks, Q-tips is something I should have in my art caddy as I bring it down here. I say it all the time and I keep forgetting them. Okay, so there's our wings. And see, we're just gonna lightly hit, like almost like a dry brush. And you don't have to cover everything. Just kind of go over it. See, it just kind of picks up some of that rough pebbly stuff. And I don't have very much on here. I'll take some off that top there. Because I don't want a glob. We just want to really light. And this is hard for me for the doing it light. But that's what you do. Now that's what, you know, when you're doing waxes, it's kind of the same thing. You just highlight, leave some of that color there, and you just highlight. So you go back over and it makes it even whiter or light bluish. So I barely have anything on. So you're just, oops, see what I did? That's what I do. Let me get that wet. So that's the nice thing when you are a globber like me, you can get this wet, see, and it takes it off. It helps spread it out a bit. Sometimes it helps, you know, you can go either way with some of this texture, but to go against the grain helps too. Oh, okay, Tracy. We'll see you later. Yeah, this can take a little bit long. Let me move this a little bit. See, now I have purple in there, but it's not going to matter. It's just kind of cool how they all kind of come together. It brings out all the little details, but yet it leaves that texture on. This stuff will come off with my scrubby. Love that. I know you guys gotta have one. They're so cool. Takes it. I mean, they're for pots and pans as well, but I'm telling you, it takes all this garbage off, and like I was painting yesterday, and it just takes it right off my paintbrush. You know, I'll have my scrubby, and I'll put my paintbrush down, and I'll go like this on it. Takes it off. It's really nice. See this, I just don't want it so bulky with the blue. So you just kind of got to wipe it off when it gets like that. Let's see. I don't want too much on here. There. I just want this to be real wispy. Okay. I'll pick it up. So I've seen this go where the outs, you know, where they start with the blue and then they add color to it. It's really pretty. So it's kind of like a whitewash look when they're done with it. It's really cool looking. So it's a very versatile kit, and it's like this stuff just goes a long, long, long way. See, now you can cover that completely up on the sides, or you can just wisp it around. But you want to do something. And as it dries, you can go back and decide where you want to put some more. But it's really pretty. I just think the purple, the green, the blue just are so pretty together. It's a really cool combination. I like it. Oh, I liked how that picked up that purple right there too. It wasn't quite dry. See, this one's a little thick on that side. Let's go like this. So, yeah, I like that when it picks up the purple. So you just mix it up. Okay, got a little bit of a blob right there. Gonna take it out. What I like is it just looks kind of old and vintagey. Okay, so should we just leave the wings this blue color? It does, it softens the colors. You're right, Melissa. So we could either paint a little bit on here or we leave it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we leave it or paint it? You can do whatever you choose with this. It's pretty. I like it. I like it with the purple and the green, how it mixed all that together quick. Painting the edges, give it a shaded look. It can. It kind of pops it and makes it look 3D. I like painting edges. I think it should be complete all the way around, so that's what I did, except did not do the back. But I think that this is what that's for. I'll just get some white. I didn't do any of the, or bluish, light blue down here. Just kind of sets it off a bit. So it kind of makes it shade a little bit. And you can go back in and work it up. Like if you're not liking this combination too, you can go back in there. You know, change it up. I don't know, I kind of like it. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? I love these wings. You can see all that texture, but yet you can still see the intricate design of the wing. It's a pretty cool looking color. Yeah, so like on the top edges, you can see where I added that blue. And it makes it pop. Now, do you think if I add like the purple on the edge, is that what you're thinking? And maybe that would pop, make it more shadowy? Is that what you're thinking? We could try that quick up there, because it's kind of like it's too green up there maybe. Let's see. I'm going to whisk off a lot of it with my finger. So I just want to touch it a little bit with the green or the purple on those edges. So you can kind of see where it kind of hits. Just to blend it a little bit. Right there. Okay. But I don't want to leave it exactly purple. So I'm going to go back and highlight that while it's wet with the blue so it blends. See? I like that. That looks a lot more blended and even. Oops. No. There. So by mixing a little bit of the purple into the greenish blue together, you are evening it out. And just kind of brush it off a little bit, kind of rub that in a little bit. There we go. Put some in there. Okay. Thanks, Brenda. I like purple too. And I like all colors. I love them all. That's the problem. It's hard to pick just one, but I like this combination. You could play with this so much. I mean, it changes, and then you can put it back to the way it was. So should I just dab a little teeny bit of purpley on here? Oops, that's going to be too much. Just to give it a little different look. Gotta do the other one. Just kind of, I'm rubbing it this way. Like that. Just kind of go in a little bit. Okay, just get a little purple in there, and then we can go back in with the blue, the light blue, and tone that down just a hair. Especially this one. I like how the purple and this blue mix together. It's really pretty. Just go, I mean, you just barely put any on. And I'm just going along the edge really light, really light. Just like that. So you're not clumping, and just go real light. So it's not, I want the purple to stay, but I want it muted. That's what this is doing, is muting it. See, it changes the purple more into a lavender. It's so pretty. That's because it was still a little wet. What do you think, girls? Do you like that? Oh, yes, I can. Sorry. Okay, how am I right there? How about some light? Can you see it? Isn't that pretty? You can see the texture and the color. There. I would flip it, but I'm holding this light up so it'll be easier for you to see, but I don't know. It's just kind of cool. So it makes a great present for anybody or for yourself. And then like this one, I'm going to do this one, and we're going to put this on a canvas with paper. So it's going to be part of an artwork. This one I just leave hanging in my craft area. Look at it shimmer. That's all that wax. So this one I used a lot of different elements with. I used some of the Prima powders, you know, trying to stay a little bit in the camera. Hopefully I'm okay with these. It's hard. I'm sorry. Is that better? So like this has got all kinds of waxes and powders and paint all on black gesso. It's a whole different concept, which is fun. I want to work with black gesso with you girls one night too. That's my favorite thing. But we're done with this. I like it just like it is. And I encourage you guys, we only have one set of these left. But like I said, I can always order because we run out of stuff, or we just don't buy enough stuff, or we can't get it. Like this is brand new this year, and sometimes you just can't get some of that. So let me know if you want that set. It's called Northern Lights from Prima. And then you can either go the dark way and highlight it, or you can go this blue way, put your color in there and mute it all in. I mean, it's such a beautiful paints and stuff. So that's what you do with a paintbrush. It's not too hard. You just got to find your trinkets that you want to add, and that's it. And then you can do whatever you want with it after that. So that's tonight's live, and I appreciate you being here, and I hope, you know, I taught you something. And, you know, if you have any questions or anything, just PM me. I'm not a big deal. I'll answer whatever I can. And I don't know, we're getting ready for Mother's Day. Saturday, we're going to have a Mother's Day sale, and we're putting that together, so I don't know what we're doing with it. You're welcome, Dana. Yeah, and Brenda's from Alaska originally. You've seen a lot of Northern Lights. They're gorgeous, but that's the name of the product from Prima, Northern Lights. So Saturday we're going to do Mother's Day. We're going to share some Mother's Day cards with you that we made, or maybe a gift that we made for our mothers. And we want you guys to share with us also. We want all those cards that you're making for the moms or grandmas or whoever. Love to see your artwork. We really do. I mean, our girls are really fabulous. And I've looked at my customers, and you guys are really fabulous as well. And I enjoy watching and looking at your stuff. You're so talented, and it's fun to see everybody's different styles. Plus, it's just like going through a museum of art. We get to see each other's stuff and how we do it, and I love it. So please share. So, well, you guys have a really nice evening, and I hope the week goes well. We'll see you Saturday for sure. We're doing something. I'm going to a baby shower in the afternoon, though. That'll be fun. But we'll get something going for you. But, all right. I guess that's it. You guys have a nice evening. Bye-bye.